And what if I told you that the surprising name to actually reinforce Juventus midfield could be a number 6 and not the number 10? And that number 6 has a name. It is Franck Kessié. Why and how do I arrive there? I will tell you in a second, and then we need to speak about the one that is on the front pages of Tutto Sport, Corriere dello Sport, and inside Gazzetta dello Sport. Of course, we are speaking about Zhegrova, and pay attention because there could be a battle. Two Italian clubs that could possibly fight in the next coming days for Dusan Vlahovic. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. It's Monday, the first day of the week that will lead us towards Juve Parma, that is always bringing us beautiful towels, you remember, the goal of Stefan Lichtsteiner on that pass off. Let me know in the comment section. Let's see if you have a good memory. We know how it ended. We don't know how season 25-26 will end, but we know one thing, that we will be here together with you, reporting you the news, and that's why I'm asking you to reinforce, to support the channel with a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we start with a small clarification. Yesterday there was that debate about Denis Zakaria, Ahli, 45 million euro. How many will go to Juve, because we have a percentage on the resale. Look, I saw a lot of 20%, a huge percentage. What I saw yesterday, and I told you during the live, 5%. This morning, Il Bianconero confirmed exactly the same thing. I hope I am wrong. I hope what I read is wrong. Hopefully we can go towards the 20, but I see more and more confirmation that we are going towards that 5%. Who cares? You will tell me, well, Juve in a way cares. But that's not what we have to speak about. We need to speak about Franck Kessié, the link. Look, Ahli is looking for a midfielder. And Ahli already communicated to Franck Kessié that will not extend his contract. We already spoke about the player could possibly go to Juve, or at least that he was interested. And from what I know, one of the first names on the list of Damien Comolli immediately, because the stats, because the data, because of Moneyball, cheap experience, a player that could give something, reinforcing the characteristics of Igor Tudor, could be Franck Kessié. They are looking for a midfielder. We hear the name of Zakaria, but apparently it's not the first thing that they were looking for. They tried to go with an offer. You know for who? For Capitano Locatelli, 25 million euro. First of all, I want to say it's a disgrace. 25 million. Why is Saudi Arabia always offering a lot of money to every single club in the world when it's about Juve? It's that. Why? I don't understand it. Someone needs to explain me the reason why. Anyway, 25 million euro is a disgrace. I know that we have part of the people from here in the community GJustjuve that are not big fans of Locatelli, but I think that we agreed on that. 25 is absolutely not okay. First of all, Locatelli would never have accepted. Never. He's so happy. He's the captain of the team that he loves since he's a kid. He starts to have a bit of applauses from some Juventini that were not liking him before. He didn't convince everybody yet, but he's on the way. So, no, I don't believe that Locatelli would have accepted, and he didn't accept, and even Juve said 25 million euro. Go back, we don't need it. And that's why they go for, who? For Zakaria from Monaco with a big offer, 45 million euro. The player could possibly open to go there, which means that Kessié will be too much in Ahli. Damien Comolli, Kessié, Ahli that is looking for a new midfielder. Why are they speaking about Locatelli? Because probably in the talks, Kessié, Locatelli, they were maybe already bringing up the name. Juve said, we want Kessié. Give us Locatelli. Kessié, 25 million euro, and you have the... Pay attention to Kessié. We will follow up on that because I don't have too much detail. At the moment, it's the triangle that I'm making. Zakaria, Locatelli, Kessié, and in the middle, Ahli. Pay attention, we'll see that the good news of last week, of course, is yesterday, Juventus NextGen, they started round 1 of Serie C Coppa Italia. They won 1-0. They were with 10 men for the last 30 minutes because Aramadio received 2 yellow cards. Simone Guerra, Capitano, but also our man, our striker, was able to score a goal, 1-0 at the 67th minute. We were already with 10 men. Beautiful. We go to round 2. And yesterday also, it's always beautiful to repeat it, to remind it to the people. Inter lost against Juve 1-2 in the final of a friendly club. We are speaking about the Juventus women. Brava. Congratulations. Second year in a row that we are winning that trophy. It may be not the Champions League like Juventus first team won against Atalanta, but it's always nice. We go towards the other topic. Zhegrova. I would love to repeat you, but we already made a lot of videos about it. I don't have at the moment a new update that I hope that I have in the beginning of this week. Zhegrova, Idea Juve. There is a new track. The contract of the player is ending on 2026, is what Corriere dello Sport is reporting us. Pay attention because Marseille loves the player. But pay attention because Juve is on the player. Of course, we see him there in small, sitting on the ground. Nico Gonzalez could be key. When will he go? Will he go to Atletico Madrid? What will be the sum, the final sum that Atletico will offer to you? At the moment, 20 million is not enough for Damien that said, no. No, we don't do minus Valencia. Tuttosport is saying, Juve, pay attention, turnaround. Zhegrova is the name. And it's also the day of Kolo Muani. We come back on Kolo Muani in a second, but Juventus, they could really go on the player from Kosovo. Double citizenship because he's born in Germany, so German and Kosovo national citizenship. C'è Zhegrova per Nico. If Nico leaves, Zhegrova is the first name on the list. Juventus that, according to me, already made a first verbal agreement to Lille. Let's see if we can go deeper, if we can go further, and especially if we can go fast, because Zhegrova wants this week already to know his future. For people that are speaking about the physical conditions, we know that he was suffering from growing pain. At contrary of a lot of players, he went under surgery in December. He didn't play football since, but today he would be back solving that growing pain problem that was a problem for him because he had a lot of difficulties. Now, am I extremely happy? Is that the player? Of course, you know that I'm following him since 3 years. How many times did I tell you? Mikodazze, Zhegrova, Zhegrova, Mikodazze, Zhegrova. Years and years here on the channel, but we are still missing something, because if Nico Gonzalez, that is seen by by Igor Tudor as a right wing back, leaves, we have a problem there, because Zhegrova is the same player as Chico Conceição. You don't believe me? Look at the stats of Data MB. Last season, Conceição at Juve, he had identically the same stats when he was playing at Porto. Look at Zhegrova, season 23-24. It's crazy, but they are exactly matching the same type of player. So, would you put Chico Conceição as a right wing back? No. Would you put Zhegrova as a right wing back? No, because that's not the type of player. Zhegrova would be one that can start or replace Chico Conceição, could possibly play a bit more on the left, even if I prefer him on the right, but instead of Yildiz in case of need. Can play there offensively if we go towards a bit wider in some games with the wingers like Nico, Chico and Yildiz. It could do that, but not as a right winger, and that's why Juventus is still looking for a right winger if Nico Gonzalez is leaving. The two names that are there on the list are Molina, but of course if Kessié comes, you cannot, because you have only one extra EU player slot. Or the other name is Arnau Martinez from Girona, that, from what I know, is high in the list of Comoli. Does that mean that it's a done deal? No, but Arnau Martinez is higher in the list at the moment than Molina. Pay attention, today could be the day of a Randall Kolo Muani. 55 million euro, 10 plus 45, it's what we heard, not 65. That could be a really beautiful news. You will tell me, but it's too much. Jonathan David, Kolo Muani if he comes back, Dusan Vlahovic. Well, we know that the two first players that I already mentioned, they could potentially drop back and play a bit as a number 10. Something that we already saw last season with Kolo Muani in certain games. Do you remember when they were playing together with Dusan Vlahovic? So they can alternate, they can play together, whatever. And then Dusan Vlahovic. Is it too much? Yeah, probably yes. Looking at all the other roles where we still need double gangers, when we still need someone to sub. The idea of Dusan Vlahovic could be, you know what, if I don't really have a team that I like, that I find now, you know what, I stay at Juve 6 more months, at least I have my 6 million euro, and for the remaining 6 million, I could already negotiate with another team that will have a bit less cost for me, no problem. Then if I can play 50 minutes here, 30 minutes there, entering like I did against Atalanta, entering, scoring a goal, I'm happy, I keep myself in form, and let's see. But there is news. The injury of Romelu Lukaku could change, could turn the table the one that was having the cards in hand was at the moment Milan, with Iglitare that said, yeah, we are on Højlund. Yeah, we also have an option, Vlahovic, in our mind. One striker will come. They were easy, tranquilli, relaxed, because they knew that nobody else was on the Serbian player. Attenzione! Because with Lukaku, his injury that is much worse than they were initially thinking, Napoli is obliged to go on the market. So could it be that Napoli will make a request information? Will they try to go and say Dusan Vlahovic is the name, it's now or never? Could be, and that will put some pressure on Iglitare and Milan to actually go faster, because they are looking for a number 9. So pay attention, the one that were having the cards in hand at the moment was Milan. It could be, we turn the table, it's Juve that is suddenly having all the cards. Attenzione, Arthur, disaster, chaos, we don't know. The only thing that I know is that Juventus and Damian Comolli, there is absolutely no intention to offer the 10 million euro, at least say we stop the contract, and losing 10 million euro, Arthur, forget about it, even if the player intention and agent intention could be that one. What about Douglas Luiz? Well, could be the hours for him to leave Juve in these coming hours. So I think that imminent is Douglas Luiz leaving, Kolo Muani arriving. O'Reilly is still a name there. I watched the game. It didn't really impress me. I said it yesterday because I don't understand the role that he could play at Juve. But that's another story. Pay attention to the game that we will see in Serie A this weekend, starting with Sassuolo, Napoli, and then Genoa, Lecce. Also, both of the games at 6:30, which is, again, a real pity. Why can't you anticipate with a Friday night game like all the other leagues? But that's another story. And then double game as well in the evening with Milan, Cremonese on Saturday and Roma, Bologna. It's a pity. You could have divided a bit better. Anyway, it is what it is. On Sunday, Cagliari, Fiorentina, Como, Lazio. And we have then two games in the evening as well. Atalanta, Pisa, Juve, Parma. And then the Monday night will be Udinese, Verona, Inter, Torino. That's it for today's video. If you didn't yet, please, maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe. Grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao.